Okay, thank you. So for context, I'm going to give some background on the Advanced Manufacturing Office, and I think some of the prior speakers have made the point about why there's an intersection between manufacturing and water. But I'll also talk about a little bit about how some of the technologies that we develop in the technology areas we focus on in manufacturing are also applicable to clean water. So the Advanced Manufacturing Office, our mission is really to, well, first of all, like manufacturing, the reason the Department of Energy focuses on manufacturing is because 25% of the energy we consume in the United States is consumed in the manufacturing sector. So our office works in private-public partnerships with industry, academia, national labs, and states to catalyze research, development, and adoption of advanced manufacturing technologies. And those partnerships are really focused on one of two goals, which is to reduce the energy footprint of the manufacturing sector, or to produce manufactured goods with a reduced life cycle energy impact. And for life cycle, in addition to considering the manufacturing energy, we also look at the energy that's associated with extraction of the resource and through the end use of the product. So the way that we implement our office implementation is really through three different strategies. The first are traditional research and development projects or grants that are funded by the government, where we have maybe a handful of partners that are focused on one technology solution to a problem in advanced manufacturing. The second way that we work is through technology partnerships, where we partner with the manufacturing sector to establish energy management goals, and we offer tools and products that help the manufacturing sector implement those energy management goals. Additionally, under that technology partnerships, we train students in universities to go out and conduct audits for small and medium businesses that can't afford energy management to do those audits on their own. And then they identify opportunities for those companies to implement to reduce their energy footprint. And then the third area where we establish partnerships is through consortia. And these are similar to our R&D grants, but instead of a handful of partners, these have hundreds of partners that are working together to develop an innovation ecosystem that accelerates the development of new advanced energy-related manufacturing technologies, and includes partners from industry that can then go out and deploy those new technologies here in the United States. And these consortia were really set up to address the issue of technologies being innovated here in the United States, but then deployed overseas. So within the Department of Energy, over the past few years, we've had an intra-agency group that has been looking at opportunities for the intersection of energy and water. And, they're looking at things, so it's not just the Advanced Manufacturing Office, but, the Office of Fossil Energy and ARPA-E and the Office of Science and Nuclear Energy. And what does that intersection look like between energy and water, and what is the Department of Energy's role there? And in doing that, we look at, both the water used in the generation of energy, not just for cooling, but for like steam turbines and such to make the energy. But then also the use of water in manufacturing processes, which you've heard a lot about here. And then also the use of produced waters to extract oil and gas. So, all of those things would be part of a Department of Energy strategy. And pulling together that strategy, the department decided to request in 2017 a clean water hub. And that's to be managed out of the Advanced Manufacturing Office, but again, in partnership with our sister offices too. The 2017, our appropriation came through in May, which did provide the first year for that Clean Water Hub. And since that time, we've gone out and we have held 2 workshops to get stakeholder input to add to that strategy that we've been talking about internally within DOE and get, additional ideas and where they think the department should be focusing on clean water. Where's the really the government role in applied research and development to address technology challenges in clean water? And we also went out with a request for information and gathered additional information. And we're looking at all that information right now. We're analyzing it and trying to, put together, the results of all of that input from stakeholders with the intention that probably in the coming couple of months, we would at least issue a notice of intent. And the reason that we'd go out with a notice of intent is because our 18 budget does not include money for the Clean Water Hub. And our House and Senate marks differ in whether we're going to have additional money for the Clean Water Hub. So we're waiting for some clarity before we go out with the final solicitation. But, at least the notice of intention will give the community an idea of the kinds of things that we're looking to work at. And I'll just mention, a couple of the ideas for technologies that we're developing under manufacturing that would tie into this Clean Water Hub. For instance, we have an activity within smart manufacturing that looks at the use of sensors and controls and the data that's collected and how do you smartly use that data to make processes more efficient. We also have an activity on process intensification for manufacturing that looks at reducing the number of manufacturing steps and also maybe modularizing technology so that you can take a smaller plant out to the source. And this would be something that could be applied to clean water, and trying to address the issues under clean water, looking at things like zero discharge plants or enhancing the use of being able to recycle and reuse water. So I think that I'll close with that, but thank you.
Thank you, Valerie.